I heard posting blogs on a website is important for SEO. I use Wix, not sure if it makes a difference. What, but what does a good piece of content look like that can rank or happily help naturally boost site SEO? So yeah, this is a really big question, which is essentially like how to do like half of SEO, which is content. Half of SEO is basically content, and the other half is essentially backlinks. So I guess let's just go one by one here. So as far as Wix, if you're not too far along your journey, I would suggest going over to WordPress instead, just because it's going to make your life easier in the long run. It'll be kind of like ripping a Band-Aid off in the beginning.
Mhm.
As far as just moving over, it's going to take a bunch of time. It's going to suck. But if you do everything properly, in the long run, it'll end up being a lot better because it'll make your life easier.
Yeah,
Um,
or just hire somebody on Fiverr. They can do that for you quick. Content
sure.
transfer to a WordPress website, give me some basic functionality, and then, get moving from there. But
Yeah, if you want a
yeah,
theme, I'd recommend just going like Elementor.
yeah,
You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Elementor just got a ton of support behind it. It's just probably the most popular one.
for sure.
Um, What does a good piece of content look like? So yeah, for a good piece of content, the first thing the most important thing is just starting with your keyword research, right? So first of all, does the content make sense to be posted on your website, right? So just like what is your niche? Like if you're like a plumber or whatever, let's say you're posting like plumbing content, um, just make sure it's like, relevant to what your business model is, and then doing your proper keyword research, finding the search intent of the keyword. So, like when you type that keyword into Google, what types of content are they showing? And there can actually be like different types of search intent showing, and you have to pick which one kind of like matches your business. So, like an example of this could be, for example, if you type like best plumber Houston, some of them might be showing like actual like the plumber's like service page, like landing page, or maybe even their homepage. And then some might actually be lists of like the best plumbers. So for you, if you're a plumbing company, then of course you'd want to send them to a landing page and not make the list page. Same thing with like affiliate content. It might do like a list versus like just talk about like one product or whatever. Just anyway, there can be different kinds of search intent. Make sure you're matching the one that makes most sense to your business model and do that. And then highly recommend using a tool like Surfer SEO or Neuron Writer. If you, especially if you're new to SEO, or even if you're not new to SEO, just because they give you a lot of suggestions as far as like what kind of topics you should be talking about, what kind of keyword like you should be using in your content. And don't worry too much about your score. Just, try to get so it's like in the green a little bit. I think on Surfer that's like a 70 or so. You don't have to make these things perfect. It's generally just making sure you're like on the right path and covering like the topics and using a lot of the language that gets used ends up using. So, like, don't look at it like a math equation where the higher score you get, you're going to rank better. It doesn't work like that. Um, I'm kind of drawing a blank right now. What do you got, Nick?
I know you said neuron writer, and then I spaced out a little bit, but I don't think you mentioned.
Surfer.
Yeah, with quote good content, let's also remember to think like SEOs and not just like human beings. So we're speaking to crawlers; they are mathematical. So using something like Surfer SEO or POP. Both great things to optimize content. They're going to scan like the top 10 websites in a particular SERP and then give you detailed information on length, article length, keyword density, things like that that you can write off of, and then make sure that the content is optimized right out of the gate. You've got a very strong foundation in comparison to all your competitors, so that when you get it up there and you're sending links at it, it's not being wasted. It is optimized to what the algorithm actually wants to see there. So especially in relevance to SEO, it is important to write to your audience. But remember that part of your audience, and especially as an SEO, one of the biggest parts of the audience is these robots that are mathematically digesting this content. So optimize using some sort of platform like, again, Surfer or Pop.
Sir. And then of course you're going to make sure you do, all your on-page SEO correctly. Most important things are your URL, having keywords in your URL, your H1, your title tag, your H2s even. But yeah, I mean, really, this is too big of a question for a live stream thing. But there's a bunch of good guides on how to do good SEO content. The thing about content is it's the easy part of SEO. Um, it's pretty much figured out at this point. It's not, everyone knows how to write good content. You basically cover the topic fully and do basic on page. So that's the good news. So yeah, it's a bunch of good stuff. I think we even have stuff on our website or other videos on our channel you could look up for this as well. So apologies if it's not the super in-depth answer you need, but this would be like probably a 10,000 word blog post, right?
Well, and also now that you're mentioning that, don't forget to, especially in recent times, it's become more important to write from a first person perspective and give the audience something kind of new,
True.
not just regurgitating the same crap that you see in every other article in the SERPs. Doing these kinds of things is going to give you more longevity in the SERPs and then help you beat out some competition as well.
Yeah, look up EAT, EEAT, add in your expertise, your authority. If you're doing AI, you better edit that stuff. Make sure it's not super generic and actually reads well. It's not just repeating
Mhm.
itself. And yeah. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.